What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So recently I watched a video from JJ Buckner. He was talking about 5 dividend Robinhood stocks to buy. And this got me thinking, if you don't know my channel, if you don't know of anything about me, if you're new to all of my investing, all of my, credit card info, all of my passive income, anything that I talk about, you know that I am more of a day trader. I'm a trader at heart, not really an investor. So I never really think in the long term. So when I was watching this, I was thinking about, why don't I just start to invest in dividend stocks and be able to get dividends back and then eventually sell those returns in the long run. And that's what I was thinking about, but I wasn't quite sure if I should go about it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to commit to it. And I'm actually going to create my journey, because I've never been a long-term investor. I do have a 401k, I have a Roth IRA, I have index funds. I've never been a true long-term investor when it comes to my normal stock trading. I've always been, get in, get out, intraday, don't want to hold overnight, any type of thing like that, because I've never really had success with long-term investing. Now, obviously, I still have my long-term retirement plans, but my long-term investing and just sitting on dividends, sitting on stocks until they reach their maximum high of what I feel in like 2-3 years or 10 years or whatever, I've never really thought about doing that. I've always held for probably 6 months, maybe a year. If I did long term, that's long term to me. So this is going to be something new, investing in dividend stocks. So I'm going to take you exactly what my method is going to be, and then obviously it's going to change, and this is going to be basically day one of starting dividend investing. Now, before I get into this, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one, and I do a giveaway every single week, so make sure you stick around to the end to hear all about it. So watching his videos, it's really interesting to me to be able to see his growth when it comes to investing. It comes to, all of the dividends that he is getting. It's really interesting, and it kind of reminds me of like my credit card tracker and how I track all my points. I'm getting a lot of points from credit cards. He's getting a lot of money from dividends. So, and then also thinking about the growth of those stocks and how much you can gain off of the growth of those stocks if they are growth stocks. So what I'm going to do is take you step by step through different platforms that I will use, processes, strategies, all of that stuff, and it will change. It's not going to be something where I set it and then forget it. It's not going to cook rotisserie chickens. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about by saying that, but if you don't know, then now you know. So anyways, I'm going to take you through all of these different softwares that I have. So Fidelity, I'm going to talk about Robinhood. I probably won't really jump into Webull. I have opened an account in Webull just to really get comfortable there. But I always like to use different stock trading accounts. And I got to get that out of my head talking about stock trading. I want to think of it as investing. So that's something that I'm going to have to learn as I go, because it's not something that I'm used to. I'm used to trading, getting in and getting out. So like I said, I'm going to use Fidelity and I'm going to use Robinhood. Now, the way that I'm going to do that is Fidelity has a great stock screener to where you can have a lot of information here broken out to see the growth of the stock and then also see the dividend yield. And hopefully that can give me enough information for a starting point, and I can go from there. But I don't think that'll be the end all be all when it comes to dividend investing. So I'm really interested to see how this all changes out. And this is just day one. So, stick with me. So let's go ahead and get into Fidelity. I mean, they have the stock screener here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new screen here. I'm going to start a brand new screen, and I'm going to set up everything that I need to set up. Now, they do have something that's separated by dividend yield, but I feel like I can't really see the growth of the stock if I just do it by dividend yield. And that's not something that I just want to focus on. I want to get a dividend, but I also want to have the growth. And this is where it's tough for me. I hate long-term investing because of the fact that, right now we're in a period in the market to where a lot of stocks are just so up there. They're high. They're at their 52-week highs or close to it, and I really don't like that. The reason why I don't like that is because I feel like the growth of the stock is going to be sacrificed just because I'm always thinking long term. Now, if I'm looking to hold it 10 plus years, that doesn't even matter. I feel like the stock is probably going to rise, but my short term, brain, because I'm always thinking, short term when it comes to trading, is just going to tell me, hey, this stock is just going to, drop down. It's not going to increase. But that's the short term. So I need to kind of get that out of my head. All right, so what I really like about Fidelity, I do have a video on the stock screener if you want to go and check that out and how you really navigate through things. They have things like pre-set up. Now you can set up by growth and you can actually look at dividend growers. This is something that's really interesting to me. So I haven't actually checked out all of these things here. I was going to create something myself, but if there's already something that's created, then you might as well go with it. So let's see exactly what's going on here. So this is a popular screener. So let's check this out. Let's check this screener out, the dividend grower here. So you're going to have a bunch of different stocks. You have a security type, security price, dividend yield. Look at that, 7.77%, 26%. Obviously, you have a low amount here. Dividend growth rate, or EPS growth rate. When I'm looking at the growth of the stock, this is basically focusing on the dividend growth. And I do like the fact that you do have dividend growth here and you can track that, but I also want to see the growth of the stock. That's something that I'm interested in. So I'm probably going to have to work around this a little bit because I want to pick something that I feel is going to be a great grower and then is also at a reasonable price because I'm going to be starting with $1,000 and then I'm going to be moving up from there, investing probably $100 maybe a week or maybe a month. I don't really know exactly the growth of my account, but I do want to really grow that amount and be able to, get back a lot of money in dividends. I'm not right from the start, but in a pretty short period of time. So my mindset going into this is I'm probably going to have two different screeners. This is a screener that I'm most likely going to save. So what I'm going to do is take that and modify it. So this is going to be what I see when I modify it. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to edit this. So this is something that I really like with Fidelity. If you have, a Robinhood account and you do have a desktop as well, you have a laptop, go and check out Fidelity. It's free to open up to be able to do all your research because there's a lot of research tools. And that's why I always do all of my research in Fidelity and then do a lot of my trading in other areas just because it may be easier to do on the go rather than go through Fidelity's site. I feel like Fidelity doesn't really have the best mobile platform. So what I'm going to do is take out all of the dividend growth rate stuff. So I want to see the dividend yield. I want to see the security price. I want to see the volume in the last 90 days. Average, I guess, what is that? Security price here. I'm going to keep that. Take that out. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this out. So now really all I'm left with is security price, dividend yield, and the last 90-day average volume. Now, what I really want to check out is the price change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the price performance for the last 5 days. I'm going to look at the price performance for the last 4 days or 4 weeks. I'm also going to look at the price performance for the last 13 weeks and 52. I really want to see the growth of it. And this is something that I focus on to see exactly how it's growing over the long term, because you see how, this could be growing for 5 days, 4 weeks, 13 weeks, and then it's down 51%. So this is something that you really want to focus on when it comes to growth, because obviously growth is a main factor, but right now in this market, it's going to be really difficult. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to look at different stocks here, and I'm going to look at, let's see if I can find the best growth. But I'm also going to look for well-known names, and I'm going to look at the different information when it comes to the charts. Now, this is something that I focus on a lot with day trading, is focusing on the charts and see how they're moving. That's really all I look at. But I'm going to focus a little bit on what I see here, the growth, the potential growth, and how it's looking, and then also looking at the chart to see how they trend over the long term, because that's really what I want to focus on, not just over 52 weeks. 52 weeks just shows me how they're really performing, and you can see that they got hit really hard, during the pandemic, right? And we're still in the pandemic, but they're really recovering, and everybody seems like they're getting back and they're recovering back to their initial starting point. So this looks interesting. It looks like it's really promising, right? Just by the growth of the stock, it's really promising. And to be able to hold that in the long term is definitely a good thing. Now, I don't know exactly how this is going to play out in the next year or so, but this would be something that I would hold on to for 5 years or however long I feel that the company will remain relevant. And I'll obviously stay up to date to see exactly what's going on. That's the difference between trading and investing, is looking at all the news, understanding what's going on with that company versus just looking at the charts and watching it move from the simple moving averages and how far it bounces away from the averages and knowing that it's going to come back to earth. That's really what I focus on in trading, but investing is a different story. So this is actually going to be something that I invest a few dollars in. Dividend yield is not something that I'm 100% focused on, but this is, what I'm doing is dividend investing. So I want to be able to get at that dividend, whether it's a small dividend or a large dividend. This is what I'm going to focus on here. Get the dividend, get the potential growth for 5 to 10 years, and then we go from there. So this is going to be something that I buy, maybe 10 shares of. I'm starting with $1,000, so this is something that I'm going to start with. This is the first buy if I can find it over in Robinhood. So let's check it in Robinhood. I wish I can screen share with you. If I could screen share with you, then I would, but I can't right now because I don't have any screen share technology. Basically showing the same thing over the last 5 years. You had a large drop off in the beginning of the last 5 years. I would like to check that. That is pretty interesting. So let's look at a 5-year over in Fidelity. Let's see exactly what they were trading at. So 5 years, I don't know everything that they did, but you can see the growth from when they actually hit their bottom. You can see the growth over that long term. And it's not really something that had a large drop in it and that was affected by a lot of things. So let's look at 10 years actually. So yeah, I feel like this is a pretty decent company when it comes to growth. Now, do I feel like they're going to be an Amazon? No. I'm worried about the dividend. I'm worried about the long-term growth. And let's see exactly how that plays out. So that's something that I'm going to buy 10 shares of. And let's see exactly what the dividend yield is. 5.7719. Okay, so that's going to be the start of it. And I'll make sure I take you through exactly what I bought when it comes to that $1,000 and how much I added to it. But this is going to be the starting point. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Fidelity, have my stock screener set up, and be able to understand exactly what the dividend growth will be and also about the actual stock growth. So that's my process right now. Let me know if you think it's a good process. Let me know what you think is actually a really good buy. When it comes to long-term growth, I'll also do a lot of videos on short-term investing and short-term trading so that you understand my strategy when it comes to day trading. That's something that I can make a decent amount of money with, but I kind of don't wake up early enough to always do it. And now is probably the most opportune time to do it because I'm working from home. But anyways, that's what I'm going to do. This is day one of dividend investing. This is the first stock that I'm buying and or that I bought. And I'll make sure I take you through all of the other areas that I bought. So this is, like I said, the first episode. Make sure you stick around for all of the other dividend investing videos. This is going to be really interesting and really fun to do. But yeah, I mean, everybody has their own strategy. This is what's going to be really good is, JJ has his own strategy. My brother-in-law has his own strategy. I'm going to have my own strategy. And it's all about how you find success. So I feel like I'm going to be able to find success here. And if I can't, and you just pivot and just change that strategy a little bit, you tweak it a little bit, and maybe it'll work the next time. But that's my video, guys. Dividend investing is something that I'm really going to get into. Long-term investing is something that I'm really going to get into. Fractional shares, all of that stuff. So stick around on my channel. I really want to talk about investing as much as possible because that's something that I love to talk about, and my wife doesn't like to hear about it. So that's it, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one. And I do a giveaway every single week. So make sure that you enter that giveaway by going over to my Instagram, DMing me, letting me know that you want to enter the giveaway and that you are subscribed to both of my YouTube channels. And then you'll be entered in that giveaway. You'll get one ticket in the hat. But that's it, guys. I'm going to have to get out of here. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.